Good afternoon, friends. This is yet another session on the motivational series, which I have started a few days back. See, I was discussing about the motivation and what is the motivation, why is the motivation, what are the parameters of the motivation. See, as the word motivation is a process of reaching a goal. Generally, if you talk about the general English meaning of a motivation, it is a process of reaching a motive or a goal. See, now everybody will have their own goals, but they do not know how to reach the goals for whatever the circumstances they have. People automatically, after whatever the way they work, suddenly they get depressed, they get demotivated. Demotivation in sense they lose the track of their goal. And the purpose of the motivation is to bring the energy to a different level in a particular person, so that he will realize that its importance and he will act towards that. See, why many people they work hard and ultimately they feel that they are not able to reach their goal, because they think that there is some force has to help them, support them to reach their goal. That is nothing but they expect a motivation from the external forces. Motivation is always an external force. But somebody who has a more kinetic energy in them, along with the potential energy, they have the self-motivated people, for which they don't need any external motivation. So now let us discuss about some of the issues with respect to the motivation. A person who continuously study, for unfortunate reasons, whatever, he fails in the examination or he could not secure the marks which he expected or could not reach his goal. The reason may be anything. Maybe the other persons who has did whatever the best they did, they outreach him, or all of a sudden during his process something may come up which deteriorate his efforts to reach the goal. Many such things may happen, and automatically the person, when he wanted to reach a particular level, when he could not reach, normally what happens is he gets demotivated. His goal he will miss, then he will stop, and that is the most dangerous trend, because not only with respect to his goal, slowly he will slide down to such a level he may get used to some other bad habits also. So friends, here is the what we need to do it to motivate such a people not to drift away from their goals. We need to encourage them. We need to understand their goal. One of the first and basic characteristic or a parameter for the motivation is to understand the goal of other person who wanted to get motivated, who wanted to reach their goals. That is the first and foremost important thing. Each person has a different capacity to do the work. If a person who chooses a particular path, but unfortunately he or she does not have that kind of a capability, but still wanted to do it, it will be very difficult. It is not impossible, but it's very difficult for such a person to reach. So we have to understand a person who wanted to reach a particular motive, particular goal. What are the energies he has? What are the facilities he has? What are the resources he has? Here he means he or she. So depending those resources, then you can decide about your goal. Normally we call as a goal should be practical. See, generally they say any goal should be smart enough. Here the smart means you should be selective, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, and you should be able to have the resources for that, including the time. So anyone who wanted to reach the goal, you can have certain capabilities in you. Otherwise, you achieve the capabilities before you wanted to reach the goal. So, in case of a student who has a studious but could not reach the goal because of some unfortunate incident, it is initially difficult to bring external forces onto him because internally he got demotivated. Now you have to understand the factors and parameters of internal demotivating factors about that particular person. And as a motivator, as a counselor, if you understand very clearly about what is going on inside the person, then you analyze those parameters and you select the parameters based on the priorities. You medicate them with your motivation. Already I told in my earlier session also, motivation is also a process of a medication, bringing the energy levels of a person from the kinetic energy levels to the potential energy levels. So that is exactly you need to do it. So with this, I would like to say that I'll be continuing my next session with one or two more examples in a real life, and particularly I'll bring some examples who got motivated from almost zero levels to the highest level and reached. It is not the fictional theory I'm going to bring it, but it is the real time examples I'll be bringing. Till then, thank you very much.